Happy quarantine, everyone. Over here in the UK, we're in full lockdown, so I've got a bit more time on my hands to split between tending to my brand new island home or ripping and tearing through the demonic hordes. Yeah, I know they're two completely different experiences. I'm Luke, and this is my review for GameLuster. So Doom Eternal picks up a few years after Hell's invasion of the UAC Mars base. Despite the Doomslayer's best efforts, the hordes of Hell have launched an invasion on Earth and are slowly devouring the planet. Come forth the Doomslayer, whose eternal rage and fury compels him to fight through the demons and end the invasion. Doom Eternal follows up on the blueprint that was established by its predecessor. There's no long introductory cutscenes, excessive exposition, or long delays. You're handed a shotgun, placed in a room with demons, and the game simply tells you to have fun. However, Doom Eternal ups the ante, because this time the demons are far more relentless, aggressive, and they come in much bigger numbers. So this was the first thing that stood out to me in Doom Eternal. In Doom 2016 it emphasised how glory kills and chainsaws were the tricks to give you the upper hand, but in Doom Eternal they are vital to your survival. The demons are far more violent and dangerous. Revenants and Coca demons don't just circle around you and fire projectiles. Now they aggressively chase you down while trying to deal as much damage as possible. If there's one way to describe Doom Eternal's combat, I'd say it's endlessly panic-inducing. Every move you make has to be calculated. You have to constantly be aware of your surroundings and the demons that are looking to kill you. And when you're running out of resources, that's when you really need to consider your options. Do you run in for the glory kill to recover some health? Do you shred them with the chainsaw for ammo? Or do you take advantage of the new flame belch to get some armor? You'll find yourself constantly making these split-second decisions in almost every fight, and it really, truly matters. Glory kills, chainsaws, and the new flame belch aren't gimmicks. They are your only way to survive the relentless demonic hordes. Eternal's bigger focus on resource management and split-second decision making is what elevates the combat to make it feel more exciting and compelling than Doom 2016. It's not just enough to shoot demons. You need to keep trying to plan things. Should I weaken this demon and go for the glory kill, or should I go for the fodder demons that usually float around the area? I could use a chainsaw to insta-kill the big one, but it's going to cost a lot more fuel. These are just some of the many questions you'll keep asking yourself when you play Eternal, because it's a lot more difficult than Doom 2016. That constant questioning and decision making means you are always involved, actively thinking and trying to plan out your next move, which keeps you wide awake and actively involved in every second of the combat in a way not many games do. And Mick Gordon is once again on deck for the music of Doom. While the OST is fantastic, I don't think it quite hits the same highs as the Doom 2016 one did. Songs like The Only Thing They Fear Is You push those adrenaline levels a bit higher, but I just didn't find myself loving Eternal's music as much as 2016's OST. That's not to say it's bad, it just doesn't have as many memorable tracks like BFG Division, Rip and Tear or Vega Core, but it still shreds. Talking of shreds, there's plenty of new demons to shred through in Eternal. Many of the classic demons return, along with some old familiar faces like the Pain Elemental and the Arachnotron. However, there's completely new ones like the Shield Generating Carcass and Whiplash, which provide new obstacles in combat. The Carcass creates shields that block your shots, and the Whiplash speeds around the map and attacks with whips that knock you around to keep you at a distance. One of the key new features in Eternal is destructible elements on some of the demons. With a good shot you could destroy the Revenant's rocket launchers or destroy the Mancubus's cannons. This might seem like a minor detail, but it makes a huge difference in combat. Enemies like the Arachnotron and Mancubus deal huge projectile damage, so destroying their main weapons strips them of that power and it relieves some of the pressure they apply in combat. And this loops back to split-second decision making. Eternal will never let you stand still for too long, so you have to ask yourself if trying to make those shots is worth it. The Arachnotron in particular could really deal some huge damage, so having a way to reduce that probably saved my arse in combat more times than I can count. However, some of Doom Eternal's biggest hits can be a major challenge. The Doom Hunter packs an energy shield that needs to be broken before you can directly deal damage to it, and then you can destroy the sled it rides on, which disables a lot of its major attacks. However, the Marauder is perhaps my least favourite part of Eternal. For a game that's centred on relentless aggression and violence, fights with the Marauder feel like they actively slow the game down. The problem for me is that the Marauder has options for every range, so firstly you need to try and hold him about mid-range at all times. And when you're doing that, then you need to wait for him to do an attack that will briefly leave him vulnerable. Any other time he'll just block your shots. He just completely controls fights in a way that isn't fun compared to the other demons such as the Hunter or the Whiplash. Moving away from the combat, Doom Eternal keeps its story on the minimal side in a way similar to Doom 2016. However, at the same time it strives to expand the lore in significant and unexpected ways. The Doomslayer's quest to save Earth will take him to new worlds as he must deal with old faces from his bloodstained history. And it starts to get a little complicated here. While these new story beats lead to some amazing reveals and surprising developments, it feels like Eternal's commitment to gameplay first, everything else second kind of holds back their ambitious efforts to expand the universe. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I feel like it could have been stronger had they been willing to dedicate a bit more time to cutscenes and storytelling. That being said, the codex entries are still fantastic and well worth reading if you want to learn more about the world of Doom. The Doomslayer's journey to save Earth takes him to many varied locations, from the ruins of Earth to the depths of hell and other places. The biggest change for me was a massive increase in colour. In 2016, Doom's main colour was sort of red mixed with other shades of red and brown and so on, which made sense since it was set on a science facility in Mars. It didn't really experiment too hard, but Eternal isn't afraid to throw a lot of colour around in its levels. From old forts to buildings covered in demonic growths, there's plenty of visual variety in Eternal which really makes a difference. And the level design is still fantastic, continuing on Doom 2016's old-fashioned level design filled with keycards and secrets. However, combat arenas are far bigger to accommodate the more aggressive and numerous demons that populate them. And the biggest change is the level of verticality. There's higher highs and lower lows in every arena that give you more options as you wildly sprint through the area blasting demons. It might not sound like much, but to someone like me it feels like a game changer. Having more floors to scale and bigger heights to fall down is actually a big deal because it provides new routes and methods for keeping demons away from you, and it opens up new tactics for tearing through your enemies. So while the campaign doubles down and expands on what made Doom 2016's campaign such an incredible experience, id Software have taken a much more different approach to the multiplayer. Instead of traditional PvP modes like Deathmatch, there's a brand new 2v1 mode called Battle Mode. In Battle Mode, one player playing as the Doomslayer fights against two player controlled demons, and the goal is simple: kill your enemy. The demons use their abilities and special powers to eliminate the Slayer, who must rely on all of his tricks and skill from the campaign to survive and eliminate the two demons. There's a few caveats here. So firstly, the demon team can choose from a range of demons to play as, such as the Revenant, the Mancubus or the Marauder, to name a few. And on top of the numbers advantage, the main thing working against the Doomslayer is that the demons respawn. So not only are you fighting two demons, but you need to kill both of them relatively close to each other to win a round. If I were to describe it, honestly, Battle Mode is fine. It's kind of fun, but there's nothing special to it. There's new challenges as the Doomslayer, while testing out different demons and finding smart ways to combine their skills is interesting, but I honestly can't sum up much to say about this mode. It works, it's kind of enjoyable, but I can't see myself wanting to play much more of it. So while Battle Mode didn't really click with me, Eternal's campaign is an endlessly adrenaline-pumping adventure that expands upon and improves the formula that was established in Doom 2016. It's faster and more difficult, yet it doesn't lose that intense, exhilarating sense of adrenaline that makes you feel so powerful. I loved almost every second of Eternal's campaign, and I highly recommend this game if you enjoyed 2016, or if you're looking for an FPS that has some serious energy to it. Eternal is a non-stop riot from start to finish that exceeds Doom 2016's campaign, even if it fumbles the story a little bit. So thank you for watching my review of Doom Eternal here on GameLuster. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like the video, and check out GameLuster.com for tons of more awesome articles. Thank you for watching.